My parents always chose my sister until she destroyed everything they worked for. Growing up, my younger sister Chloe was the favorite child. It wasn't even a secret. She got the newest phone, the bigger birthday parties, and somehow every mistake she made became someone else's fault. Meanwhile, I was the kid who was expected to quietly do the right thing. Whenever I complained, Mum would smile and say, "You're older, be mature." Dad would tell me, "Your sister just needs more attention." So I stopped complaining. I focused on school, worked part-time, and saved every dollar I could. Chloe, on the other hand, spent money like it grew on trees. She skipped classes, dated guys my parents hated, and constantly posted online about how amazing her life was. Yet somehow, my parents always defended her. When I was 20, I earned a scholarship and moved away for college. I still called home every week, but every conversation was about Chloe. Chloe crashed her car. Chloe quit another job. Chloe needed money again. I never got angry. I just listened. Years later, after graduation, I started a small business with 2 friends. It wasn't glamorous, but we worked hard. Slowly, things began to take off. Around the same time, my parents decided to retire early. They invested most of their savings into a boutique that Chloe insisted she could run. She promised everyone that she had changed. She said this was her dream. Mum and Dad believed her. 6 months later, I got a phone call from my mother. She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. Chloe had emptied the business account, racked up huge debt, and disappeared with her boyfriend. My parents lost nearly everything. When I rushed home, I found Dad sitting silently at the kitchen table, looking 10 years older. The first time in my life, I saw fear in his eyes. They apologized to me, not for asking for help, but for all the years they spent ignoring me. Mum broke down and admitted that they had spent so much time protecting Chloe that they forgot to appreciate the child who never gave them problems. I didn't say, "I told you so." Instead, I helped them. I paid off their immediate bills, moved them into a small house near mine, and made sure they never had to worry about food or medicine. One night, Dad looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "Spent years believing we were saving Chloe. In the end, we were the one who saved us." Mum quietly nodded and whispered, "Should have appreciated you more." A year later, we finally came back. Expected our parents to welcome her with open arms. Like always, things had changed. Dad looked her straight in the eye and said, "The first time in your life, you need to face the consequences of your choices." Stood there speechless. And Mum took my hand and said something I never thought I'd hear. Spent years choosing favorites. We're wrong. We're never making that mistake again. It was the first time in my life I truly felt like I belonged in my own family.